love reading the 23rd Psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Who knew that Clemson's Death Valley would be in the Bible? I wonder if they could predict the football scores too.
No, it's in the Psalms.
What's a psalm? Lorraine, what's a psalm other than a book in the Bible?
It's a mnemonic device used to preserve the oral history of the Israelites and comfort them in their hour of need.
What's a mnemonic device?
A mnemonic device is sort of like an iPod, right?
David was one of the main writers of the Psalms, and he wrote them in a time of war and conflict. He had major depressions and major joys and triumphs. And through it all, he was beloved of God, and we can learn a lot from the Psalms.
So what's this mnemonic device stuff?
Reed, do you remember nursery rhymes?
I loved I'm a little teapot.
That's because you're cracked. Of course, I remember nursery rhymes. Why?
Because she's saying that the way that the human brain is wired, it's much easier to remember a song than it is to remember prose. That's a mnemonic device.
Exactly. The Psalms were a way for the Israelites to remember the history and lessons learned in an age when they might have to run for their lives and leave their books behind. For thousands of years, these Psalms were sung, and the people learned the lesson that God had given them, even if it wasn't written down.
They don't look like songs. I don't see any choruses or guitar solos in there anywhere. I guess they had different types of music back then. Were they written in a different language?
Of course they were. When you translate songs into a different language, it messes it all up.
I guess the Psalms weren't meant to be played on the radio.
The Psalms were meant to be sung to please the Lord.
Well, God liked them.
I guess that's all that matters. Glorifying God and praising His name. Oh, and the big sales bonus.
What?
You know, the Great Commission.
Let's just say that now that we have Bibles, it is even more important to make it part of our everyday life. That's what the Psalms were, a way to constantly be praising God.